Vatos Locos? It's your boy Dave in the 702 coming at you for Tailgate Talk Wildcard Weekend. Are you excited? Drew Evo, Philly Eagles got themselves a spot. The Philadelphia Eagles were on top of the mountain at one point, the number one seed. They played the Kansas City Chiefs. That was exciting. I believe
we beat them.
Shout out to my homegirl, Walk with Rhonda. She's in here. Let's get the word out, guys. We're talking football. We'll be talking football for the next hour, potentially. Make it quick. We have skipped the football show a couple weeks, but we both been very busy. It's the New Year's, but man, I'm so ready for Wild Card Weekend. The Super Bowl's coming to Las Vegas in just like 3 weeks. I don't know. I got to get in football shape, Drew. I got to get ready to eat wings, pizza, everything. You know what I'm saying? And anybody who's coming to Las Vegas, please, if you're watching the replay, hit me up on shoeshine_boxing. I'd love to meet you. Maybe we get a beer and enjoy some of these football activities. I know I was talking with Rhonda about some of the parties. There's a free one by that coach. The chef, Guy Fieri. Drew, you've seen that guy on Food Network. He's throwing a massive free party. Hey, don't say you can't come to Vegas and enjoy something. They got a free party right behind the Flamingo Casino and Hotel at the Link. Shout out to Paul. Any of my underdog predictions win? Let's find out. We're going to find out right now because we got, 5 games Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday, before the shoe shine, as soon as your game is over, Drew, Philadelphia Eagles against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday. Yeah, Monday Night Football Wild Card Weekend. I like it, Drew. Are you guys get an extra, compared to the Saturday games, you guys get in a couple extra days rest. But let me talk about the Eagles, Drew, because you've been really harsh on them. You told me you gave up on them. You're waiting for next season. But let's talk about Jalen Hurts because the guy fucked up his finger, man. What happened to his finger? Oh, now he's gonna play.
Yeah, he's gonna play. And AJ got hurt too. I look at it like this, man. This is why I can't wait until I get my laptop fixed because maybe I gotta do film study on a segment one night or something to let people understand what I'm talking about. Because when I have discussions about football and everything with people, and people are, why are they playing so bad on defense and everything? And when you understand football inside out and you know the game of football, you gotta really explain why they're not doing good. And tell you the truth, me, I used to be a semi-competitive Madden player. I used to play in Madden tournaments against Madden pros. And I was good at them. I have to admit, I was good at it. And I know I know how to read defenses and everything, offenses, what they're planning on doing and everything. Every time I go and play the game and everything. But I went on and I looked at what the Eagles are doing wrong on defense. The scheme is awful. And I've been telling people that the bend and don't break type of defense is the worst type of defense to run because if you look at it, and anybody that knows football can see, when you want to bend but don't break defense, the objective of that defense is not to give up the big play. They keep everything in the sticks in front of you. Keep everything in front of you, not behind you. But the bad thing about it and the weakness of that mainly is you're leaving the hole underneath open. You're leaving them open to make plays. And you got one linebacker in the middle of that field. So most of the time, because most of the time, bend don't break is a dime coverage defense, like a prevent, if you know what a prevent is. So the corners are lined up 10 to 15 yards. They're playing generally mostly zone coverage and everything. So what you do, you throw slant routes, or you throw screens, or you run the ball. It depends because if they rush 5, you pass. If they rush 4, the linemen, you won the ball. and you should have no problem running the ball in the defense and everything. And that's what's been going on. And the worst thing about it is these schemes are generally not blitz a lot schemes. And when they and that's the biggest mistake. They'll blitz it in the scheme, but when you blitz in this type of scheme, you're leaving yourself vulnerable even more. You're compromising yourself even more, and the big plays are going to happen more. And that's why a lot of this is why the Eagles' defense is horrible. It's the worst. It's a bad scheme. It doesn't fit the personnel. To me, I think the personnel you have on this thing, you need to have some type of blitzing scheme. And you can't play a scaled coverage. You have to know how to disguise your coverages, disguise your blitzes. They don't do none of that. Like if you're looking at the defense, all right, I got a linebacker in the middle of the field. I got them lined up 10, 15 yards apart. I'm gonna throw 5 to 10 yard passes, and I'm gonna move down the field and tire this defense out. And I'm gonna score. And I'm gonna score at the end of the play. It compromises your defense and it keeps them out for a long period of time. It tires them out. And that's one of the main issues why you don't play that type of defense. Sometimes it works like Miami. Miami is a big play offense. That will work on Miami because they have to have big plays. They don't do plays like that. They run the ball very well, but they rely on those big long routes. But when you got an offense that's superb, finesse and everything, you don't play that defense. You have to disguise your coverages, disguise your blitzes, play some man coverage and everything, challenge the receivers, and that's what the Eagles don't do. And it's like you confuse them even more with changing coordinators in the middle and near the end of the season because one guy has a different philosophy and he's not even calling his own scheme, Dave. That's the thing. He's calling the original defensive coordinator scheme. And that's like I don't know. It's something that you don't generally do. And anything unless you fire the guy. But he was demoted or taking a play call taken away from him. So that's one thing. And offensively, they're very predictable. The routes take too long to develop and everything. But I do say this. If by some type of miracle the Eagles wake up and play the way they played last season, they're unbeatable. Because I don't think all these teams, I don't think the Niners is as good as last year. I just
and
don't
we
think
saw
so.
you guys in the NFC Championship. And here's the crazy shit. As I look at the bracket right now, guys, Monday night, right before the Shoe Shine, our boxing recap show that Drew and I do, and shout out to our boys in here, Sonteo Media, Bruce, Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. Thank you for coming through. Drew, we could potentially see you not in the divisional round, not necessarily in the NFC Championship, but should you get past the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I'll see you in another week. And that's what it's looking like. An opportunity for Dave and Drew to make another wager. Now, last year, some of you guys might remember, I might have to put that as a short, Drew, but people don't know that I lost a pie bet. And I ate that. I hit that video so quick. I took a pie to the face because I thought the 49ers would win. And you guys remember Purdy was injured in that game, and that's what up. What up, Jimenez? Jimenez Shoe Shine Productions. I saw Jimenez SSB, and I said Jimenez Shoe Shine Productions. He says Paul Martinez says Eagles gonna fail to the Bucks.
I'm actually gonna pick that. I think they're gonna lose this game too. They're gonna find a way to lose it. I don't have no faith in this team right now. I don't. That's why I tell Dave, why are we even gonna talk about betting? I'm not gonna bet on these Eagles.
Well, right now, guys, we don't have a sponsorship, but my goal next year is to grow this channel so big that we could say we're a DraftKings partner. DraftKings has an office right here in Las Vegas, and we could be doing that $5 promotion. That there's a promotion this weekend, guys. If you put $5 up and you join DraftKings, they'll give you $200 to make more bets. And I wish we could get in on that once we get. I'm trying to keep everything clean here and get sponsored. You know what I'm saying? As they say, keep it professional, Drew, so we can get some sponsorships. But DraftKings, that's a hot little promotion they're running this weekend.
Like I look at it like this: we shouldn't wait for next year. We should try to do it this year and everything.
Well, this year, yeah, football's coming. Well, a lot of you guys are excited. A lot of people are going to be excited because yeah, we're already in January. Football season. The next season is already going to happen.
And then we got coaches firing already. And
let's talk about that.
Else about it.
Before we get into the 5 games of Wildcard weekend, let's get into all the hot drama revolving coaches. I'm out here in the West Coast, Seattle. Pete Carroll has been a fantastic coach over there for the Seattle Seahawks, Drew. And you had to correct me. He did not get fired, but he shocked the NFL world, and he is departing on his own. What do you know about that?
I look at it like this. Wanda, if you want to donate me the chair, you're welcome to send me the chair. I'll take the chair because I'm still a diehard fan. I can't trust them to win right now. They don't deserve to win the way they're playing right now. But I think it's a combination of Pete is getting old. He's been the coach for 14 years. He's already lost 89 times in 14 years as a Seahawks coach. And I think it's about – I think they felt like it was time for him to step down. So the names that have been blown up for an interview, Dan Quinn, which is the Cowboys defensive coordinator, and he was the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks on 2 separate occasions. So he's very familiar with the organization. I think that's somebody they really want to try to grab and everything. But I look at it like this, I was in a Seahawks chat yesterday, to be honest, and I'm listening to the conversation. I got in on it too, and I'm like, you know what? You guys run somewhat the same scheme on defense as the Eagles do. You guys can't stop the run. You guys play zone 88% of the time, which is the most out of all the teams in the NFL. And I just don't get it. Like, you played the wrong scheme on defense.
I'm catching up on the news regarding Carroll, and it says that he's going to stay with them in an advisory role, but step down from head coach, which obviously, like you said, Drew, he's getting older, but damn, he looks good for his age. He'll still be part of the organization, but will not be coaching.
Yeah, I think he wants to spend more time with his family going forward. He's won a Super Bowl already, so he's the winningest coach in franchise history. He's been a thorn at the Niners side for a long time.
Oh, plenty. Absolutely. I mean, Seattle Seahawks, Pete Carroll's run as the Seattle Seahawks saw more loss. Some of the biggest competition we've had in those past years has absolutely been to Pete Carroll. So Jimenez Video Production says Pete Carroll is going to be the Chargers head coach. And I want to talk about another coach that used to be the 49ers head coach, and we had a good era with him, and I'm talking about the collegiate champion now. He is now, like his father and grandfather, I believe, now can say he is a champion, undefeated Michigan season. Jim Harbaugh is actively being recruited by the Chargers.
And the Raiders.
So I ask you, Jimenez, you're listening. Wouldn't you prefer to see Jim Harbaugh, someone who started his career off with the Raiders? I know that I believe he was he played for San Diego, right? He was a San Diego Charger at one point. But where does he fit best, Drew? Because there's plenty of people right now in Las Vegas clamoring, saying, man, that would be great to pick up Jim Harbaugh.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's going to end up in the Chargers. I don't think he's going to end up in man. Do I see him as a Chargers head coach? Maybe. Do I see him as a Raiders head coach? Probably. I don't see him as Tennessee's head coach. Tennessee's just like their long tender head coach too. It was the number 1 seed in the AFC a couple of years ago. Had 2 losing seasons in a row, and that's what's causing him to lose his job and everything. But they're heading into a complete rebuild. But it looks like the Patriots is going to move on from Belichick. And there's rumors that Mike Vrabel is favored to get that job if it is. But I look at it like this. If we're going, and Arthur Smith's been fired from Atlanta, I could see Atlanta as a dark horse. I can't see Washington be able to get the Lord Harbaugh out of Michigan. The Commanders just need too much. And it's like Josh Harris is trying to, and Magic is trying to get their feet wet as NFL owners and everything. But I think the most convenient job out there right now could probably be the Chargers' job because you got your quarterback.
Yeah, let's talk about Justin Herbert. You bring up a great point, and Santel Media says bring him home to the Chargers. He says LA Chargers. It's very difficult for people to grasp San Diego, still call them San Diego Chargers. But let's talk about Justin Herbert because they had high expectations that this would be a playoff team. Obviously, now they're going to have a very decent draft pick. And with the potential of bringing Jim Harbaugh, who has a reputation in the West Coast and being such a media, he loves the media, man. It's the Jim Harbaugh show when he comes back to California, and he loves California. You know, and people remember him affectionately in Northern California. I think he would be a good fit at the back with the Chargers. And like we just mentioned, he played for the Chargers.
But they also, here's the thing, they also have asked to interview Raheem Moss, the Los Angeles Rams defensive coordinator, and Carolina's job's open too. So, you know, we got there's multiple places, and we still don't know the status of certain head coaches yet. Because, to tell you the truth, people are saying that Mike McCarthy's job may be on the line in Dallas if he depending on how he does in the playoffs, if he loses to someone other than the Niners in the playoffs and everything. They got Green Bay coming in this weekend in the wild card, and Green Bay's won the last 9 out of 10 meetings with the Cowboys. So, and 3 or 4 of them have been in the playoffs. One of them's been in Lambeau. The rest of them been in Jerry World. So, there's coaches' jobs that are on the line here during this playoff run. Dennis Allen with the Saints. It's not cemented in stone. What happened? Did the Saints make the play? I don't even know if the Saints made the playoffs. But I'll look at they finished 9-8.
Yeah. Chargers finished 5-12 and just barely lost 13-12 against Kansas City Chiefs, against Ronda's Chiefs. As one of the most disappointing seasons, they obviously had very high expectations. And Herbert, that we just mentioned, signed a $252 million extension.
But you know what, Dave?
Was that?
One who else had a lot of expectations and was 6-3 at the time, and then fucking completely collapsed and missed the playoffs because they lost the last week? The Jaguars.
Where's my boy, man? We've done a football show and we haven't seen Johnny Savage all season.
Johnny.
Yes, Trevor Lawrence, what a flop. I mean,
and you know what happened? You know what happened after that?
Nah, I don't. What would happen?
Doug Peterson fired the entire defensive staff that next day. All those defensive coaches were fired. But I just gotta say something. Johnny, it's okay, man. Wherever you at, man. In that fake construction yard, in that fake movie set, in that jacuzzi you got.
You see this jacuzzi?
Yeah. Or that fake porn studio you have. Yeah, guys, he's a sex addict.
The Jaguars. Yeah, man. The Jaguars blew it this season, man. But you know what? The hell with him. He loves to call San Francisco choke for him. So I don't know anybody that choked bigger ones than the Jaguar fans this year.
Attention, guys! If you want to donate to Johnny Savage's Viagra pill supply, hit the GoFundMe section.
You guys all have great nicknames for each other's rival teams, right? Queefs. That's a good one. All right, let's get on to the Saturday's action. Wait a minute. We talked about Jim Harbaugh. We talked about Pete Carroll. Bill Belichick. Any news? We're waiting news on Bill Belichick's end, right?
I'll be honest with you, Dave. If he parts ways, I think he might end up as the Los Angeles Chargers head coach. So, I can see that. Like, I just don't. Here's the thing. I can't see him being out coaching longer because you have to figure he's probably going to want to coach still and everything. And like Carolina, it's been reported today Carolina wants to interview my team's offensive coordinator. Please take him. You can have him. We'll even drive him to Carolina so you can have him. We don't want him no more. Like, I'm serious. You motherfuckers can drive him to Carolina. I'm begging you to take him.
All right, I'm excited about this game right here. Saturday afternoon, it's going to be 4:30 p.m. I believe on the East Coast, 1:30 for us out here on the West Coast. The Cleveland Browns, prior to Joseph Flacco making his return to the NFL, 38 years old. We talked about on Monday night of our boxing show about this guy, Ismael Barrosos, winning a championship at the age of 41. I think he's on the cusp. Man, Joseph Flacco was sitting on the sideline, staying in shape and still working out, waiting for that phone to ring, Drew. He's had, 3 wins in the month of December, and he has rescued the Browns that once at the beginning of the season, the Browns had the number 1 defense in the NFL. They clearly beat the 49ers, and we're one of the first teams to kind of expose holes and weaknesses in the San Francisco 49ers. This is a rematch on Saturday. CJ Stroud was not the quarterback for the Houston Texans when the Cleveland Browns, and neither was Joseph Flacco, making his return to the NFL at 38 years old. Both of these guys, you've got the rookie who looks to be the future of the NFL, and you've got the aging veteran superstar that's looking for one more championship run. This is what I love this shit. This is like the sport of boxing. The aging veteran fighter against the young Raleigh Romero, and that 41-year-old was robbed by Tony Weeks.
Dave, you look at it.
Yeah.
They are the number 1 ranked defense in total yards. They are the number 1 ranked defense, and they're the best pass defense in the league. They only give up an average of 154 yards a game in the air. Can't pass on them.
What? No, that's the wrong picture, guys. Sorry.
So if you look at it like this. I'm going to make a prediction right now. And people are going to look at me like, what the fuck, Drew? The Cleveland Browns are going to make the AFC title game.
Sheesh. That's what Almeida says. He's 38 years old. Cleveland Browns favored by 2.5 points. Will C.J. Stroud fold under the pressure of this top defense? DraftKings seems to think so.
I'm picking the Browns to win this, and I'm picking the Browns to win this by at least 10.
Whoa, that's a big margin. That easily covers the spread here. Look at the money line bet if you want to bet on the Cleveland Browns. Or the Houston Texans. $100 will get you $120 on the Houston Texans. Tony Weeks is the man of the year. Oh, man. C.J. Stroud has such a tremendous, tremendous future, and the Houston Texans are a feel-good story. And the reason why I rooted for the Houston Texans so badly, guys, was because I couldn't stand the thought of Johnny Savage's Jacksonville Jaguars, being the AFC South Conference champs. And lo and behold, even C.J. Stroud missing a game near the end with a concussion protocol sitting out, he manages to squeeze by the Jacksonville Jaguars and get themselves a spot, Drew. I ain't going to feel bad. This is the year of the aging champions. This is it. Whether it's in boxing or NFL, You know I'm going to root for the Italian, Joseph Vincenzo Flacco.
I just had, like, here's the thing. Flacco's been making the throws. He's been getting that game manager. And I think Cleveland's defense takes them as far as they go and everything. But I think they're going to make the AFC title game. And they're going to be a big threat to whoever they play because of that defense.
Okay. So you think they will get past Baltimore Ravens, the number 1 seed? Should they win, they face the number 1 seed in the Baltimore Ravens that just decimated the San Francisco 49ers, exposed them.
But who won? Who beat the Ravens and coming back from 17 down in the fourth quarter in Baltimore this year?
And who was that?
The Cleveland Browns.
So they already beat them. It's a rematch.
Yeah, with a one-armed quarterback. So.
Damn. So you think that are you thinking that the Baltimore Ravens will fold? That quarterback of theirs has folded in the playoffs every time he's played, and yet he's, in my opinion, possibly the number 1 quarterback in all the NFL. Could be, arguably.
I'll tell you the truth. If it's the Browns and the Ravens next week, I'm putting money down on the Browns to win this game again. And I'll tell you, and I just think that the Browns defense is scary. And I think the Browns defense, if they win the AFC Championship game, if they make it there, I don't know, man. I might put money on them to win the Super Bowl.
Very, very, very interesting.
Because
all right.
it happens.
All right, guys, drop it in the comments right now or drop it in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to prevail. Cleveland Browns, Houston Texans. If Paul is in here, Paul always picks the correct upset. But Saturday at 5 o'clock, at 5 p.m. And I got to think, what am I going to do? I'm trying to get the wifey to go with me to the new casino, the Durango, because they got like supposedly the hottest new sports bar. And I know that this shit is going to be lit because there's a lot of Kansas City Chiefs fans that actually live here in Vegas. And that's probably going to be the hot spot, that circa downtown, to go watch this game. I'm thinking about it. That's right, Central Media. Bang, bang, Niner gang. But I got to sit this one out. But I got to do something this week. I got to do something football related. So I'm thinking I might go to the casino to watch this game at 5 o'clock. Or I might go to the Raiders spot. The Raiders spot at the M Casino, guys. I got a video coming out. I'm going to be working on that one about the Raiders restaurant. I was telling Drew I ate at the official Raiders sports bar restaurant at the M Casino. And that place is lit. They was like, come back for the Super Bowl party.
But you know what? You could always go to the betting suite and see if you can make a bet on the Raiders.
I could also always go pick up my favorite fucking pizza and stay at home and watch the game and get drunk. I could do that too. We could do that. All right, Miami Dolphins to Drew. What happened to Drew's Skype again? Oh shit. I'm gonna be exposed. Dave knows nothing about football. I'm going to be exposed. Miami Dolphins, Hawaiian Samoan quarterback Tua against Kansas City Chiefs, guys. And, of course, this has not been the best year for Mahomes performance-wise as a quarterback, but he got something on him. They got him and Kelsey got a special relationship, and Kelsey's been fueled by none other than superstar, pop star. What's her name again? The Swiftie, Taylor Swiftie, and she will be there. She will be there, guys. And Kansas City, they're playing this game at Kansas City, Rhonda. So I'm sure that Kansas City Chiefs fans are very excited. This is a home game for the Kansas City Chiefs. Miami is typically not done well on the road. Specifically, they played Kansas City Chiefs this year in Germany. In Germany, they've already played, and Kansas City somehow prevailed in that game when everybody thought Miami was the strongest team in the AFC. You've got Tyreek Hill, of course, an explosive runner. The Kansas City Chiefs offensive line, man, do they protect Rhonda's quarterback in Mahomes? They do such a good job. They also have a fairly good defense, guys. So I want to know, we've got a Chiefs fan in here. I think there's Rhonda knows a good friend, Brandon, who made that wager with Drew. This game, the Chiefs are favored to win on DraftKings by 4.5 points. He meant his video production says the Fins are going to queef on Mahomes. Oh, man, that's awful. Mahomo, that's a good one. Oh, they're going to queef on Mahomo. Listen, she's got that. I don't know what Taylor Swift has got in between her legs. I shouldn't even say that, but she's driving that dude Kelsey nuts. And every time she shows up at the home game, Kelsey plays extra. He plays extra. And this is exactly when it counts, is in the playoffs, is it's time to play extra. And Mahomes just has, I'm not going to front. Mahomes did it to the 49ers years back in the Super Bowl when it was time to turn up, when it was time to show off the heart of a champion. Unfortunately, Jimmy G folded. He couldn't put it together. When it came time to being a champion, Mahomes was the guy that showed the heart of the champion. And that's the first time I realized that Patrick Mahomes was going to be a special quarterback in the NFL and have a long career and potentially be the kind of guy who returns repeatedly, makes repeated returns to the Super Bowl. Drew, what's up with the phone? I can't carry this. Maybe you could, if you need me to jump on interview mode, if you have that link, you could do that too, Drew. This game, I guess I mentioned, is at 5 o'clock. And the Kansas City Chiefs are favored by 4.5 points. You will have to bet $225 to win $100. All right, Drew, your analysis of the Kansas City versus Miami. There are a lot of stars on Miami's team that I see are injured. They do have Tyreek Hill, though.
All right, so first of all, it's been bad weather here for the last couple of days since Saturday. And it was windy as hell today because we had like 3 inches of rain yesterday. So bear with me. But the Chiefs are playing the
Miami Dolphins at 5 p.m. on Saturday night.
So here's the thing. They're 0-10, the Dolphins, in the playoffs when they're playing under 40 degrees. Now, in KC, this weekend during the game, it's going to be -5.
Whoa.
So,
I saw it wasn't going to snow, but it's going to be how cold?
-5 degrees.
Whoa. And then Miami's, they work out a year round at 70, 80 degrees with 80% humidity. Right now it's winter. It's probably averaging mid 80s during the day in Miami, and they're going to go into that kind of cold weather. That's a freaking shock. Rhonda says that is cold AF. And, guys, I used to think it could get cold in the Bay Area. Of course, obviously, it doesn't snow, but tonight it's supposed to snow in Las Vegas, is what they're saying. I'm going to see snow on the mountain caps tomorrow morning, most likely. Like, they have a very high probability of snow. To me, it's cold. 31 degrees is cold, but -5, bro. How are they going to play? They're going to lose.
They are going to lose. I'm sorry. But if you look at it like this, they only beat one good team this year, and it was the Cowboys. Go figure, right? But man, I'll be honest. They have a slim chance of winning this game because the Chiefs don't have no receivers. They can't make a play to save their fucking lives. The Chiefs wide receivers, and I don't know. I just don't know. Here's the thing. Let me see. I want to look at the line in this game before I make a pick. So -4.5. It was 40. Okay, over under is 44. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you want to attempt to make some money on this game, I will bet the Dolphins with the spread. If you want to make some money, attempt to make some money a little bit. Because I'll be honest, I don't think they're going to be able to pass that much on this Dolphins defense with the receivers the way they are. And plus, you got Jalen Ramsey and Xavier Howard back. I'll be honest, I'm going to pick the Dolphins. I'm going to pick an upset. I think the Dolphins are going to go into KC and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. That's going to catch up to them when the time it matters most. And the Dolphins are going to be the team that beat them.
Rhonda gives you a thumbs up. Sin City Zinnick says, I'll see you guys at Ellis Island on Sunday morning. And Rhonda says, LOL, you never come up to us. Okay, hey, let's get on to some of these NFC games. Speaking of Sunday kicks off. It looks like there is no morning game. That's what it looks like to me, but there are 3 games. We, of course, the one I'm most excited about, obviously, the LA Rams just got by the 49ers. Yeah, we didn't play our first string. We didn't play any of our stars. They all sat out, but man, LA Rams are on fire. And they've got that experience. So I'm most excited to see if the LA Rams are going to get past the Detroit Lions. But let's get on to Pittsburgh Steelers versus Buffalo Bills Mafia. Drew, Josh Allen, they didn't think he'd be here, but he found himself a way into the wild card playoff spot.
I look at it like this. They should be happy that the Dolphins can't be the winning team and everything. And they lost to a team they should have beaten, the Titans at home. But, I think they're going to beat the Steelers. They're not that much of a threat anymore with TJ Watt not playing. So,
yeah, he's a tremendous, huge star on the team and a team leader, and that absolutely. But what about the weather? Where is this game being played? It's obviously
in Buffalo.
And Steelers can play in cold. This is a Pennsylvania team, but this is cold.
But you know what? I think this is going to be a blowout. This is going to be a Bills win blowout. I think the Bills win this by 20 plus.
Yeah, and they're actually favored to win by 10 points, Drew. So more than 20 points. Damn, you got to bet $500 to win just to win $100 on the Buffalo Bills. So that game is way too easy. I honestly think, like you said, the Pittsburgh Steelers were a mid-level team this year, and Buffalo Bills is a much stronger team. So, and that's actually Sunday. I was wrong. That is Sunday on the West Coast at 10 a.m. that game. So that leaves us to the afternoon mid-game. Is it J Love? What's his name? J Love, the Green Bay Packers versus, Dak Prescott.
Jordan Love.
J Love, Jordan Love. Number one and number two, Number one and number two passing rating quarterbacks in the entire NFL for the season, Drew. I had no idea Jordan Love was putting up these kind of numbers.
It's crazy. And I'll be honest with you, let's look at it like this. 9 out of 10 times, the last 9 out of 10 times, the Packers have beaten the Cowboys. A lot of those have been the playoffs. So if you look at it like this, I said it before, McCarthy's job is probably on the line. It depends on who they lose to in the playoffs. But do they lose to Jordan Love's Green Bay Packers? No.
No,
I don't think
freaking way. The Dallas Cowboys are undefeated at home this year, and their stretch for at home is even longer than that. It's approaching 20 games. 20 games almost approaching that they're undefeated on their home turf. And that's making me nervous, Drew. I'm going to be honest about that. For the playoff picture, let's see here. What is the likelihood of Dallas Cowboys going into the NFC Championship?
I don't think they're going to make it an NFC title championship. I think they're going to lose the next game.
They win the home game and lose the away game.
Yep. No, they're going to have a home game. They got 2 home games.
Oh, they got 2 home games because they're the number 2. What?
2 seed.
Oh, shit. That means that actually means that it might be San Francisco 49ers against the Dallas Cowboys, one of the greatest rivalries in NFC championship games. Nah, you just threw me for a loop, guys. Anybody think the Dallas Cowboys is going all the way to see the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC championship head off? I mean, we've got a long history of championship games going back to the 90s and 80s, I think, maybe even the 70s with the Dallas Cowboys. But is Dak Prescott that good, Drew? I don't think so.
I'll tell you the truth. I think he chokes in the playoffs. He has a 2-4 playoff record. But I look at it like this. I really think that if it's all going to be Detroit that beats them, it's going to be Detroit that beats them. We got
Sin City Syndicate saying the Rams beat Detroit and the Rams beat the Cowboys.
I don't think they beat Detroit. I think Detroit beats them. I think Detroit beats the Cowboys.
Well, let's get on to that game because this is Sunday. This is another banger of a game, and it is a holiday weekend for a lot of people. This Monday, I just realized I got Monday off. This might be, I might actually go to the casino to watch this game because LA Rams versus Detroit Lions at 5 o'clock on the West Coast, 8 o'clock on the East Coast, Drew. The Rams, like I just said, they just defeated the San Francisco 49ers. True, we didn't play Purdy. We didn't play McCaffrey. But they've got great coaches. They've got the experience, Drew. And we got one person in here who bets heavily. Sin City Syndicate thinks the Rams are going all the way to the Super Bowl.
I don't think the Rams are going to the Super Bowl because here's the thing. I think they're good. They got weapons, but the problem is they got a really young defense that's not opportunistic. They don't make opportunities for themselves enough on defense. It's really young players with Aaron Donald. And there's certain things you can do with that against that defense that I think any team in this playoff picture can do to them. So I think Detroit can really dominate this defense. So I don't think Detroit's going to beat I don't think the Rams are going to beat Detroit. I just don't see it. I think this may go to a blowout.
Interesting. Our boy Nando says Rams and Browns are the scariest teams. Spoiler type teams.
Nah, I think Detroit might be a scarier team than the Rams.
Let me know what you guys think. Do the Lamb Chops get past the Detroit Lions? Let's see. Sin City Syndicate says the NFL loves the LA Rams squeaky clean, and Aaron Donald makes everybody better. All right, let's see. We just talked about Green Bay Packers. Dallas Cowboys are a heavy favorite. LA Rams not favored to win, Drew, but this game is very close according to DraftKings and most Vegas sports books. Detroit Lions just favored by a field goal. Is it going to be that close?
No.
Interesting. Not going to be that close at all, huh?
17-point win.
Monday night is the night we usually do our boxing recap, known as the Shoe Shine, guys. If you guys don't watch that show, give it a chance, man. I think this Monday was one of our best shows. I was telling Drew before the show that for us, that's what we do. That's our labor of love on this channel. And we started off the year with a little over 318 views on the podcast, which is good for us at least. I mean, it's lousy in terms of YouTube, but last Monday's show was fire, guys. I talked about my experience interviewing the likes of the world champion Teofimo Lopez. I interviewed the new champ, WBA interim champ. I saw Raleigh Romero and talked to him. I did so much on Monday and only 120 views so far, 130 guys. Go check that out. Watch it for a minute or two and give me the view. Hit the thumbs up, drop a comment because that will help the algorithm. But I'm going to have to wait for your team on Monday. We both got to wait to do our Monday night recap, Drew, because the Philly Eagles are back on Monday Night Football for a wild card game against Mayfield's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you were sounding dreadful. You sound like you didn't have any faith, but they're favored to win. Busted middle. What happened with that finger, Drew? Shit.
31-20 Buccaneers.
31-21 Buccaneers. You gonna vote against your own team?
I tell people
bet.
I can't see it. I just cannot see how this team.
Even Cincinnati Syndicate says Eagles easy. Paul Martinez, this is pretty standard around here. He says Bucks gonna win. You guys are in agreement for once.
Yeah, they just have not done anything to really get me confident with them. You know, I don't have good confidence in them. And I tell people that I don't have confidence in this team because this team, the last 6 weeks, have given up the most points a game, the most yards a game. They statistically been the worst defense in the last 6 weeks, and now at the end of the season, they're ranked 31st in total defense.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, they've had their defensive struggles. Let me just double check what the odds are here for Monday Night Football. You guys are favored by 3. Just like this LA Rams Detroit Lions game, it's just a 3-point game. You guys are favored by a field goal. Don't think you can squeak it out?
Nah. I tell you the truth. Even if we win this game, if they don't win it convincingly, I have no confidence in them. Because they should blow this team the fuck out. And to tell you the truth, like I said it before, if this team wakes the fuck up and play like last year, they're unbeatable. I don't think any team beats the last year's Eagles in this year. Because the Niners were better last year than they are this year. I think Baltimore is beatable. The Chiefs are a shadow of their former selves. I just do not think if the Eagles play like they did last year, they steamroll everybody. That team was special and everything. And if it wasn't for a bad fucking defensive play calling performance by John Figgani, they would have clearly won the Super Bowl. Like, it's just how it is. Like, right now, even Stevie Wonder can have a fucking career day passing against the Eagles. 31-21, Buccaneers.
Rhonda is agreeing with Nando. Nando said, remember when Drew was trying to tell us the Eagles game that was the Niners Super Bowl? Niners broke them and their fans 100. And Rhonda's trying to agree. Y'all getting on Drew's case. Come on. She says, I hope the Eagles go down. Well, it is a football show, Drew. I mean, we can expect that. By the way, you guys on VSIN, which is a Vegas sports network, they actually have a TV studio just right down the street from me at the South Point Casino. They have their own TV studio. I'm like, every time I pass that inside the South Point Casino, I'm like, that's a dream job. Can y'all hire me and Drew on a trial basis? We'll do we'll do any show. We'll talk golf in the mornings. How about that? You watch golf, Drew? We'll start watching golf. I'll pitch the idea, man. Fuck our jobs. Fuck our jobs. Let's get a job at the TV station at the casino talking sports.
Dave, I got a pension, bro.
Oh, all right. You better stay with that pension. Trust me, pension is a good thing. But they say, I'm on their website right now, Drew. They say that the Eagles have a 58.8 chance of beating the Buccaneers on Monday at 5:15 Pacific Standard Time.
Here's the thing: the Buccaneers blitz the second most in the league at 38%. Now, the Eagles had a problem this past week, beating blitzes for some reason, man. But I look at it like this, man. Like, even if they win this game, they have to win it convincingly. They got to blow the Bucs out.
Do you guys have a chance of using your run game because of his finger?
Yeah, they can always win the ball. They just abandon it. They got to start using slant routes more. They got to start using shorter routes. Stop using these bullshit routes. They take forever. You're not trying to be a big play offense. Like, you have them all out there, and you're forcing your quarterback to hold the fucking ball for more than 5 seconds to extend the play and everything. You shouldn't be doing that. all the time. It's fucking horrible. It's predictable offense of football and everything. Like it's fucking terrible. And I don't know what the fuck these coaches do, but Nick Sirianni is coaching for his job. I think if they don't beat the Buccaneers, we're looking for a head coach next year. And I'll tell you the truth, I wouldn't fucking mind it. I even got a couple people I'd love to come here and coach this fucking team. So about the owners and the fucking general manager, stay the fuck out their way. Let them run their own fucking schemes and everything. Probably be fucking better off anyway.
You realize when we get monetized, we'll have to stop dropping F-bombs.
Dave, I don't think I can stop dropping F-bombs. If you want to put a beep on this fucking channel, go ahead.
Nando Lama says, Eagles coming to San Francisco in 2 weeks. Nando, I don't live in the Bay anymore, but I used to live just 5 minutes from the stadium. And all those Eagles fans trying to come to the Bay.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If the San Francisco 49ers do not reach the Super Bowl this year, Super Bowl window is closed.
Johnny will be, I'll tell you what, that might be the first time Johnny Savage and his Jaguars ass fans call our show is when the 49ers get eliminated. They might just flood our show after all the shit we've been talking about, Dave? Jaguar fans.
I know it's not going to happen by some type of miracle. If the Eagles come into San Fran and beat the Niners, that would be the ultimate revenge.
For what? You beat us last year in the NFC Championship.
But that would be the ultimate revenge this year.
To who? For the game earlier in the season?
Yeah.
All right.
When it means most to you guys. But I'll be honest,
I was thinking if you took a pie bet and then you took the pie to the face, that would be the ultimate revenge.
But I won't bet on the Eagles this year. It's just not there for me. But I'll let you know this right now, Dave. If the 49ers don't make the Super Bowl this year, I think the Super Bowl window is closing fast.
Oh, man.
Because you gotta pay. You gotta have to start paying motherfuckers.
All right, guys. I didn't mention this, but I think the Rams the Rams are going to get past the Lions this weekend, man. I have good faith in their quarterback, Puka Nacua. I think the Rams, I like what I saw out of them. They're a scrappy ass team, and they did beat the Niners. They got a lot of heart. That Rams team always has a lot of heart, and I don't like to say that about Southern California teams, but I think they played with a lot of heart. Shout out to Carol, Homes and Lifestyle. She's on YouTube, a good friend of the show. She also has a YouTube channel, guys, and she decorates incredibly, and you can watch her on her very own YouTube channel, how she decorates, because you know what? Carol could get a job interior decorating. She does such a good job. So make sure you guys go check her out, and excited to see her sometime soon, guys. We're just about getting ready to wrap it up, Drew. Of course, I said the 49ers are the number 1 seed. The Ravens are the number 1 seed. They get to sit their pretty asses at home and relax. Purdy didn't play last week. He's got an extra week this week of rest. And we're going to come back next Wednesday and wrap up this wild card weekend, Drew. Very, very, very excited. Drop your predictions in this chat right now, guys. Who you guys are going to think be the big winners and the big losers? Go ahead and do it now, or in the replay, or in the comments section. What's up, Drew? We had a good week on YouTube. I wish it was like this all the time. For reals, guys.
Yeah, we did 4,700 views on that Teofimo Senior interview. And everything.
Now slow down here, Sin City Syndicate. I know you told us y'all, but I don't think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to beat my Niners when it really counts, even though they just beat us last week.
So, I look at it like this. It's slowly coming together a little bit.
Yeah, it is, man.
But I'm really like guys, we've been really talking about, all right, we do a football show, we do a boxing show. And I really think we need to have a vote on the YouTube thing about changing the name of the channel a little bit, like Shoeshine Sports, Shoeshine Media, Shoeshine Sports Talk, and everything. Like, I think we really are involving ourselves as we go on and everything. Like, tell you the truth, we've been doing better shows. and like like hopefully we had people more interactive, like calling the phone line and everything. And guys, don't be shy. Call the phone line.
Oh, I didn't have the phone line up today, by the way.
Yeah, not today, but when it comes to like boxing, the sports thing, and everything, like, hey, I understand you guys feel sometimes frustrated sometimes with people being on the phone a little long and everything, but keep doing it. Keep calling and everything. Just tell us in the chat you calling in. We'll get you on the phone and everything. That's all. That's all how it is. Like, it's a simple, hey, I'm on the phone. Can you answer? I got you.
Yeah, actually, guys, if you guys even want to take it a step further, next Wednesday for Tailgate Talk, I did reach out to our friend from Toronto, Joe Sports Channel. He might be our panelist, but if you want to hop in too, I can accommodate up to 6 people on this panel. So if you guys want to talk sports, show your face, you're more than welcome to be invited onto the visual panel here. You guys could fire up your webcam and be part of the show, even if it's just for a minute or two. Yeah.
It seems like you guys got it. Come on. You guys got to come on here, talk about it. You can talk some shit to me. Like, I give a flying fuck if you talk shit to me, because if I wanted to, I can make you feel bad in 5 seconds, but I chose not to. But at the end of the day, but guys can't be shy. You talk all this shit in the chat. You might as well come on the camera and talk your shit too.
Yeah. You guys are more than welcome to, guys. Don't forget, everyone have a great night. We're back on Monday night with the Shoe Shine after Drew's Philly Eagles game. You can rub it into him, or you can congratulate him should the Eagles come up victorious. And then we'll wrap up this Wednesday Wildcard weekend as we get into the divisional playoff games with Super Bowl just weeks away in Las Vegas. Just weeks away in Las Vegas.
I'm holding you to it, Sin. If you come on here next week, you say you're going to come on here next week as a panelist. I'm holding you to it. You see that in the chat, right?
We'll end the show on that note. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next Monday night on the Shoe Shine. Peace out, everybody. Drop us a comment. Much love. Peace.